You're doing your job well, you got a good appraisal, your boss is happy with you, but you are not growing. You know why? Because while you are seen as a good performer, you are not seen as a high potential, and that makes a big difference. In every company, there is a profiling done and categorization of employees into those who are good performers and those who are high potential. What does high potential mean? Good performers are performing today's work, today's job very well, but high potentials are those people who are seen to be capable of handling tomorrow's complexities and challenges. They are seen as people with the right mindset who are continuously learning and becoming someone who can deal with tomorrow's ambiguity. You need to understand this. Performance will get you rewarded. It's potential that gets you growth. There is this huge misunderstanding. You think you're performing well year after year, so you will grow. That's not true. It just makes you very good at your job right now. But for growth, you need to be seen as somebody capable of handling tomorrow's challenges. Business changes, the environmental changes which are happening around us. Take, for example, this whole storm created by AI is changing the entire business landscape. Are you ready to handle this changed environment? Or, for example, take a real example today, there is geopolitical tension everywhere, there are conflicts all over the place, economy is challenged, fuel prices are going up, companies are downsizing. How are you coping with that? Are you getting into a shell and ignoring the real facts and thinking that it's the top management which is being brutal? Or are you adapting and changing, able to deal with this new challenge, ambiguity, and getting yourself and your team to do more, be more productive, manage costs, for example? How do you deal with tomorrow's challenges? Ambiguity is going to make a difference whether you just stay a performer or a high potential. So the question you need to ask yourself is not am I performing? Well, that's at a basic level, but about am I becoming someone who can handle complexity at a higher level? Let's look at what is high potential people, how do they think, what's their behavior. High potential people, they don't solve problems, they find problem nobody asked them to solve. They don't just execute tasks, they improve the system. They don't wait for clarity, they operate in ambiguity. They don't stay in their function, they connect dots across the business. And most important, they are very comfortable being outside the comfort zone, being in a space which they have never experienced in their past. If you need to be seen as a high potential person, you need to stop behaving like an employee and start behaving like a leader. It doesn't matter what your role is. Leadership can be shown in every role. Stop asking, what is my job? Start asking, what is the business problem? Stop asking, what was I told to do? Start asking, what needs to be done? Stop protecting your role. Start expanding your relevance. Keep trying to make an impact to the organization, to the business. Because high potential is not a label, it's a pattern of behavior. Let me leave you with this thought. There are people in your company who are less experienced, less capable than you, but they are growing faster than you. That's because they're seeing a high potential, because they're seen as scalable, and you're seen as reliable. People are respected, but scalable people are promoted. So tonight, ask yourself one brutal question: am I just performing or am I becoming? Because your future is not going to be decided by how well you're doing your current job. It will be decided by how do you do jobs in the future that you've never done before. That's what's going to make a difference. Become a high potential. Until the next time, stay unstoppable.